2015 when they won the Super Bowl. Broncos would clinch the playoff spot, taking on the Chargers at SoFi Stadium. Picking up second quarter. Bo Nix hooking up with Michael Burton for the touchdown. Nix 29 of 42 to 63 yards. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns for the Broncos. Denver up 14-7. After a Chargers field goal, Nix hits Marvin Mims Jr. He takes off down the sideline for a 53-yard catch and run. Denver now inside the 6. 2 plays later, second and goal from the 6. Nix to Devon Valet, back of the end zone. First time in the last 45 seasons the Broncos have started a road game with 3 straight touchdown drives. Sean Payton said he emphasizes starting quickly on Thursday because of the fatigue factor late in games on 3 days rest. So now 8 seconds left in the half. Broncos punting on 4th and 12. Darius Davis calls for a fair catch, but Tremont Smith runs into him, and there's a penalty. Smith called for a fair catch interference, resulting in an untimed down. Now, the rule for a fair catch kick states that a team can attempt a field goal after a fair catch. And because there's no time on the clock, Chargers are going to give it a try. It's only been done 26 times ever in NFL history. Defenders can't rush, and Cameron Dicker gets to try it from 57 yards out. Nails it. Wow. Longest free kick in NFL history. Last try was by Joey Slye for Carolina in 2019. The last make, Ray Worshing for the Chargers in 1976. 21-13 LA at the half. Third quarter now. Herbert to Stone Smart for 19 yards. Big pickup there. Now first and goal from the Broncos 5. Gus Edwards will finish the job. His second touchdown of the game. 14 carries, 68 yards for Edwards. Chargers go for 2, but didn't get it, so they're down 24-19. We go to the 4th. Chargers with the ball in the red zone. Herbert nicked up in this game, but he toughed it out to Davis in the end zone. Here's another look at that throw. As the Chargers go for 2. Ensuing 2-point conversion. Herbert tipped, but Josh Palmer comes down with the grab back of the end zone for a successful 2-point conversion. How about the concentration from Palmer? And the Chargers go up 27-24. After Denver 3-and-out, Chargers facing 3rd and 10 from their own 10. Herbert under pressure, but he's going to tuck it and go. 16-yard gain, and he moved the chain. Next play, Edwards makes a man miss, breaks a tackle, and Edwards 43 yards into Denver territory. The ball came out, but they said he was down. Later in the drive, Herbert to Hassan Haskins, who makes a defender miss, and he's in for a touchdown. Herbert threw for 284 yards, and the Chargers win a big one, 34-27.
Just resilient, stayed the course, and that was all our players. That was all our guys, and yeah, just how about those Chargers?
We emphasize all week, hey, this is a playoff game to us. It's the environment, it's the team. They're obviously, very talented and incredible team. So for us to be able to pull away with one there, I thought it was awesome for us.
It feels like the holidays, and I'm so glad we gifted ourselves before Christmas, because it would have been a bummer if we didn't get this win. But as you can see, if you look around, everyone's happy, and we got more, you know what I'm saying? Like, the feeling is more, it's hunger, it's like this is the start of us rolling through it. And not just the next 2 games, but, playoffs and on. And that's the feeling.
So now the Chargers have to hope for losses by Indiana and Miami to clinch a playoff spot. Herbert stayed cool under pressure Thursday, completing 9 passes for 129 yards and 2 touchdowns when facing pressure and setting season highs in all 3 categories. Bo Nix struggled under pressure and couldn't get anything downfield all night. His 40 pass attempts on Thursday traveled an average of just 1 yard past the line of scrimmage. So now the Broncos still waiting to clinch that berth.
We had a fast start, was encouraged by that. And then uncharacteristically this season, we didn't finish or play nearly well enough in the second half, both offensively and defensively.
Well, the good thing is my role is going to be pretty simple, because everybody in that locker room, every guy wants to already play next week, I think, at this point. We're all competitively frustrated, and I think we're excited for this opportunity. We know this next one's the most important, and we just want to, I think, go.
Send us for a fair catch, and there's a penalty call on the kicking team. You can elect to have a free kick because there's no time on the clock. That's what the Chargers did. They elected to get a free kick. The guy made a 57-yard field goal. So they went in at the half down 21-10. But they come out on fire in the second half and outscored the Broncos 21-6. And they win the ball game. Very much could have been very detrimental to their playoff hopes had they lost this game.
Yeah.
But they did what they were supposed to do. They hung tough. They dialed the pressure up in the second half. And the Broncos committed some penalties. Listen, Coach, I'm going to let you take it after this. When the quarterback starts to slide, they're not going to let you touch him, even if you bump him. So, guys, go over the top with the monkey roll. If you touch the quarterback, he's going into a slide, they're going to throw a penalty. You can't say bull jive. That's say I didn't hit him that hard. Don't touch him. But the Broncos, they self-inflicted the penalty in the second half, both offensively and defensively. And Bo Nix had Marvin Mims Jr. 7-8 yards behind the defender, and he puts too much air up in it, lets the defender catch up, and that was basically it. You can't miss those kind of opportunities when you're on the road. Go ahead, Ocho.
Well, listen, first off, the Broncos lost, and I've allowed you, which I don't know why you're doing it, but for some reason it's coming out your mouth.
I didn't say anything.
Hold on. I don't want you to say foot or ball tonight. Matter of fact, any words that begin with the letter F or begin with the letter B, I don't even want to hear.
I did not say that. I said the Broncos lost a game to the Chargers.
Hold on. Broncos. What letter is that? They start with the letter B, right? Matter of fact, don't say foot or ball, and I don't want to hear no words come out of your mouth tonight on the entirety of the show. Any word that begins with the letter F or begins with the letter B.
The good guys lost to the bad guys. How about that?
That's a letter B.
The good guys?
That's a letter B.
Oh, I can't say. Okay, the good guys lost to the enemies.
Oh, there we go. I like that. I like that much better. Now, I hate to do this, but I want to make sure that you understand with the Broncos losing tonight, that there's a certain team in the Midwest that has an opportunity to get into the playoffs and be into the hunt because of tonight's loss.
Right. But y'all got to win out, and the Broncos have to lose out.
Listen, have you seen our schedule?
I've seen the Bengals. Oh, I can't say Bengals. Okay, I've seen the.
Yeah, that's the word B. Anyway, back to the night game. Listen, Bo Nix, they look good in the first half. They look good, really good in the first half. I'm going to say this. I don't know if Sean Payton is a quarterback whisperer or what it is, because Bo Nix started the season off not very good. But how he's been from maybe week 5 or 6 and on, he's been playing great football. He's been playing really great football. The opportunities in the second half, the throw to Mims, you can't miss that. Those throws like that and opportunities and moments, you have to make those, and I think that would be a different game. Obviously, they didn't help themselves with the penalties offensively and defensively, like you already said. But that goddamn Justin Herbert in the second half, and he put the team on his back, on his shoulder. The plays, the throws, using his legs as well is one of the reasons why they outscored the damn Broncos 21-6. And it was a good game. It was a good game. It wasn't a snooze fest like the last previous game that they had Thursday night. So it was kudos to them. And I mean, Broncos fans in the chat, you can say foot or ball, but cannot at all. No words again that begin with the letter F or the letter B.
Well, look, when you go on the road, you got to damn near play perfect.
Yes,
these teams are it's not like one team is exponentially better than the other team. They're very close. The score would indicate that, but you can't miss those opportunities. You got them on third down, you got them off the field, and guess what happens? You get a rough in the pass, you get a rough in the quarterback penalty, and you give them a new set of downs, and they score a touchdown. You're about to make them kick a field goal. Okay, you got Justin Herbert sacked, or at least tackle for a loss, and you horse calling. You give him a first down. It's things like that. You jump off sides twice on one drive. I think they had like 4 penalties on one drive. Well, you're not going to, first of all, there are not very many teams that are good enough to overcome that kind of dysfunction on one drive. You can't give, 2 15-yard penalties and 2 5-yard penalties. You can't do that. And the Broncos definitely not good enough to do that, especially on the road. And so, you chalk it up. I'm sure Sean is telling them like, hey, guys, we've got to clean some things up. We still got another opportunity next week. They're on the road, if I'm not mistaken, against Pittsburgh. and then you're home against Kansas City. Now, it seems like Mahomes is going to play on Saturday. And it'll be very interesting to see. There's a good chance that if they clinch home field, he's not going to play the final game.
Yes, no need.
You're not gonna run that risk. But I think at the end of the day, Ocho, you got to give the Chargers credit because they the Broncos were kind of having their way with them in the first. Excuse me.
They were. Hey, what's wrong with Bosa and Khalil Mack?
They did a great job.
They're not looking like themselves.
They did a great job. They doubled them a little bit. They chipped them on the way out. Bosa did get a sack. The guy came off one side and forced Nix up into the pocket, and they did a great job of collapsing the pocket, and they got one. But when you look at it, I thought the Broncos did a great job of neutralizing what they were trying to do. They're a pressure team. Now, they did cause some pressure. You saw they started bringing James off the edge. They started bringing some of their linebackers to try to generate some pressure, he's a rookie quarterback, and so we're going to try to speed him up. One thing you don't want to do is let any quarterback is that you don't want to let him get comfortable. And as long as he's not comfortable, you have a great chance. Now they make him uncomfortable. We wanted you to make snap decisions and give the Chargers credit. They added pressure to the mix, and they frustrated the Broncos, and they ended up winning the game. Oh, you like that?
I don't want to hear you say foot, and you said Broncos again. So, matter of fact, every time you say anything with the letter F or the letter B in it, you owe me $1. Every time. And I'm a tally. I'm a tally the whole night.
I got you. I should have never told you that. Once I did that with your stripeless Tigers.
Yeah. Oh, listen. You know what's gonna hurt? It's gonna hurt when the Broncos lose the last 3 games that they have, and we get an opportunity to go into the playoffs, and then we shock everybody because of what we're gonna do offensively. Now, I'm not telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what I know. I'm not Cleo. I can see it playing out right now. The Bengals have a horrible season defensively, but for some reason they end up in not only the AFC Championship, they end up in the Super Bowl because what better story is there than Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase?
Oh, y'all got the
back
Steelers
at
too.
home.
Y'all got the Steelers again.
Let me finish what I'm saying. What better story? What better story is? Don't get too happy too soon.
Happy.
Don't do that.
I'm happy.
What better story is there than Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow playing in their second Super Bowl in New Orleans?
On Madden.
Right in their backyard where they went to college.
In Madden, it's possible.
It's gonna be a beautiful story. It's gonna be, and don't say I didn't tell you so. In chat, anybody that does not believe in me right now and what I'm telling you, because I got the script. I know how it's gonna play out. And I don't be coming back and saying, "Oh, Ocho, you said it first. Oh, you was right."
1, 2, 3, Cancun. Let's get it here, Ocho. Come on. Mahomes likely to start Saturday against the Texans. Andy Reid said today.
Yeah,
he did look good out there. He moved around pretty good. So you're always looking to make sure that he can get out of the way, not do further any harm to them. Not to further any harm to him. So that's what I look at. I've been through it with him before, and he's amazed every time he does it. The guy, he seems to have been mentally tough and just puts it in his mindset that he's going to go in there and get it done. Whereas a few days ago, obviously, the first couple of days you're at your source. That plane ride home, you try to minimize the swelling, Ocho. So they probably had him in a boot, might have had him in a cab.
Do you want a mattress that inflates like a balloon? Because that's how a Sleep Number mattress works. When you select your Sleep Number, you're adding or removing air, which basically makes it an air mattress. Tempur-Pedic mattresses are made with one-of-a-kind Tempur material, which perfectly conforms to your body to relieve pressure. No inflation or deflation needed. That's why there's nothing like Tempur-Pedic Sleep.
Arby's roast beef sandwiches, now 4 for $10.
Cast.
Have your foot elevated too, especially on the plane ride home.
Yeah. So you try to minimize the swelling. Once you get that now, unfortunately, you're going to have to live at the facility. We're going to have to give you 24 hours. We're going to get you treatment. You're going to have to sleep on the table. We're going to get you as comfortably as we possibly can, but you're about to get treatment around the clock. And that's a part. That's part of it, Ocho. People don't realize that, but that's a part of it. That's what man, I'm going to go home. Nah, not when you care.
No.
Not when you really care and the game means something to you. This is what you do in order to make sure you get out there and try to be there for your team.
And I think today's game, obviously, as opposed to when we were playing, obviously, the amenities and what we had to our disposal as far as treatment is concerned, and the medicines and the technology when it comes to healing and having to be at the stadium, long hours, well before practice, after practice, and sometimes even coming in the evenings to get that work to hurry up and try to get yourself ready for a game on the weekend. I'm sure it's much, much better as opposed to when we were playing.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So I think I knew Mahomes was gonna play. I knew he was gonna play just because they had the resources to heal the body much quicker, as opposed to look at the goddamn method I had to use. For those of you in the chat don't know, look at the method I had to use, the home remedy I had to use, where I had to have my teammates help me along with what the doctors and our physical therapists asked me to do to make sure I didn't miss any games during my tenure while I played. So kudos to Mahomes. He's obviously one of the toughest quarterbacks out there. When I think about a quarterback that is always nicked up and always hurt, but still pulls through and always plays, I think of Steve McNair. I think of Ben Roethlisberger. Yeah, those dudes always, for some reason, they were always banged up,
but found a way to get out there. Ocho Mahomes gives his offensive linemen over $100,000 in gifts each. I don't know why. The first most expensive gift is a Rolex Sky Dweller, valued at $20,000. A Yeti cooler, valued at $425. Lucchese boots, valued at $900. Of course, I said it right. I know what Lucchese boots are. The hell, Nomadic Elite. There are these boots that you put on, and they're pressurized boot to help get the swelling out, keep swelling out. That's $1,000. Oakley sunglasses at $200. For a grand total of $22,525 for 5 offensive linemen, come to a whopping total of $112,624.
That's light. That's light.
I mean, I hate to see. I don't know who the least sack quarterback is, but I can imagine what he got his lineman. Oh, Brock Purdy got his 5 offensive. Oh, Brock Purdy gave his teammates 10 Toyota Tundra trucks.
What?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Hold on, but you have to understand, Brock Purdy probably has an endorsement with Toyota as well, so that made the transition in getting him those Toyotas. I'm sure he got a pretty good deal on that. And because of, obviously, you just mentioned it, the way the offensive line has been playing. The way they've been playing, obviously, when it comes to Mahomes and being sacked and him running for his life, most of the goddamn season, despite being 12-1 or 13-1, whatever their record may be, he's already banged up. You know why he's banged up? For a reason. I'm not sure, and I mean no disrespect. I'm not sure who the left tackle and the right tackles are, but baby, we got to do something. We got to do something, especially going into the playoffs. If you're going to try to compete, especially from an offensive standpoint, you can't play the way you've been playing all season long.
You got to.
Like, I know you have to watch film. I know when you watch film, you got to feel bad about yourself when you see that name and your number and the things that are happening to your quarterback out there on the field. You got to feel bad. So I can understand. Spending $100,000, there's a reason why you got $100,000 in gifts, and the goddamn 49ers offensive lineman got Toyota Tundras. There's a reason. I mean, no disrespect. Uncle's a reason. Like, come on, they have to do better. And I'm not one to really I'm not one to really chastise players, but I mean, it's abysmal. And then we talk about not once in a while. It's every goddamn week. Come on, baby.
Yeah. But the quarterbacks normally do things. Josh Allen is the least sack quarterback. I can just imagine what he's gonna get his. He already got him something. Didn't he get him something? I mean, they got these what they call these things they drive in the countryside. You got what do they call them? Like, they look the 4-wheelers, but they got like,
Oh, the Can-Am. Can-Am.
Is that it? They're like a off-road vehicle.
Yeah, the Can-Am with the big tires.
ATV, yeah. So that was a very popular gift. I don't know if somebody got those, but that normally was a very, very popular gift. Hunting, rifles, shotguns, rifles. That was a very popular gift when I was playing. I don't know. They probably don't advertise that because everybody's like taboo against guns, and damn near every American got at least 3. we got more guns in America. For everybody to hate guns, we got more guns in America than the rest of the damn world combined. Especially
listen, everywhere. Hey,
but
everywhere I go, I carry both of mine. I carry both of mine. So we got one on the right, we got one on the left. I don't go nowhere without them.
I got that other thing, but that's another here nor there. But you know what? I think for me, I know if I had been a quarterback, I would have definitely taken care of it. Like I said, I did that one gesture where I got stainless steel Rolexes for my lineman, and I had it engraved. I said, thanks for making this possible, Shannon Sharp. So I don't know, some of them might be in a pawn shop somewhere. I don't know. But hey, let me take this back. Actually, Gary Zimmerman said, "Nah, you don't have to do anything for me." He like, Sharp, this is my job. I expect to do my job. I block, you go catch touchdowns. We trade. When you put the ball into the end zone, you get first downs. You paid off my hard work. But Seven also said the same thing. Seven said, "Nah, you ain't got